Imagine this. Jesus, God's own son, the creator of the universe, was a lot like you and me. How could this be? Well, after baby Jesus was presented in the temple, Joseph and Mary took him home. Just like any other baby, Jesus grew. He learned to walk, talk, read, and write. Just like you, his parents gave him chores to do. Just like you, he would laugh and play and at times get tired and hungry. Just like you, Jesus probably fell, scraped his knee, and cried in pain a few times. You see, while it's true that Jesus is fully God, he's also fully man. Jesus became human just like us to show us that he understands what weakness, pain, sadness, and scaredness feels like. Most of all, he understands how hard it is for us when we're tempted to break the rules, especially God's rules and commands. Because just like us, Jesus was tempted to sin. Here's what happened in Matthew chapter 4. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And after fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. And the tempter came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread." This wilderness that we read about was a barren and dry place. No home or bed or friends. And where it says that Jesus fasted for 40 days, that means he did not eat any food during that time, not even a single crumb. If you could possibly just try to imagine how hungry you would be. Jesus was just like you. His stomach growled and ached in hunger. And then who shows up? The devil, Satan himself, to see if he could get Jesus to sin. Satan decided that a good way to tempt Jesus was to suggest a way to get food. He would say things like, "If you truly are the Son of God, why are you starving? Why not turn these stones into bread?" Well, Jesus is the Son of God, and he could turn those stones into bread. But even with a really hungry stomach, Jesus trusted that his Father would provide for him everything that he needed at the right time. In verse 4, Jesus says to Satan, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Well, Satan was not going to give up that easily. So he took Jesus to a high place and dared him to jump off, saying, "If you really are the Son of God, jump. God will save you. He will send his angels who will come crashing down. So just go ahead, jump." Now, could God have done that? Absolutely. But Jesus knew that in doing that, it would not be what his Father wanted him to do. Verse 7, Jesus said to him, "Again it is written, you shall not put the Lord your God to the test." Well, now Satan was desperate. How could he get Jesus to fall? So this time he went all out. Satan promised to give Jesus all sorts of marvelous and exciting things. I mean, after Jesus looked at nothing in a wilderness for 40 days, all those things looked amazing and really good to him, I'm sure. But Satan wanted him to get those things in the wrong way. Jesus would have to fall down and worship Satan. But Jesus wouldn't budge. He says in verse 10, "Be gone, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve." Then the devil left him. Even when tempted by Satan, Jesus would not disobey God. He would not sin ever. In fact, even as a little boy, Jesus was tempted to cheat at a game or to lie to his mother or to hit his brother in anger. He would not do it. But he can still sympathize and feel compassion for sinners because he knows what it's like to be tempted. But the best news of all is that Jesus never, ever sinned. And because he lived a perfect, sinless life, he's able to save sinners just like us. As we keep working our way through the Bible, we'll see that he conquers sin as our Savior by dying on the cross and being the perfect, spotless sacrifice to pay for the sins of the world. And now he is seated at the right hand of the throne of God, waiting for the day when he will come again and defeat Satan once and for all. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time.